the story, but it just is so bizarre and wacko. How okay? So my brother and I were both English teachers, and we were we were having some conflict on because we wanted to run our business together, and we had some conflict on how to do that. And he was seeing like this coach kind of therapist. It was bizarre. I don't know what to say, but um, and you think she might be a positive person, right? And so, oh, okay, yeah, she was like a mentor, right? But she also did business coaching, and we go to her, and I was saying like I want to build my business with my brother. That is a person I trust. We have similar belief systems, and I feel that we can work together. We can achieve great things. And you know what she said? I don't know if I could say this on YouTube, but she said, "Oh, it sounds like you guys have an incestuous relationship." Like, bro, person should be fired. Lord have well, and she ran her own business, but I don't know. I'm glad I get what I said to my brother that I'll do it. I would only pay for it because I was iffy with it to the beginning. I said I'll only pay half if it was good. So luckily I didn't pay it, but but my brother still did. Um, and the thing is, I saw my freeze response in that moment, like my trauma response. I froze. I felt the same wave of emotion that, like when my mom would give me "od pierdo." "Od pierdo" in English is like a talking down to, but just you can that's like a really aggressive talking down to. I froze, and um, I would say if I had like a healthy defense mechanism, I rightly get angry and be like, "You don't get to talk to me like that. You don't get to talk to me like that. That's disgusting. You can forget about us paying you, right?" And I used to, and I berated myself. I was like, how could you let someone talk to you like that? And but that's the thing. But there was an answer there. How could like how could I let someone like that talk to me? Right? It was because I didn't have enough self love at the time. Like no, right? Because I tolerated because this abuse was familiar for me, right? The sin, the guilt. So they're basically trying to make me feel guilty, right? Oh, like ew, you're trying to have a business with your brother. Ew, like that's just disgusting. Um, and that we get and don't even get me started on like with romantic interests. I attracted people like that too. This willing like say nasty and cruel things, and I wouldn't have the I don't want to say backbone because that's I wouldn't have the strength. Let's say that I had the strength to stand up for myself. And this is the whole thing with nice guys, which I prefer to say disempowered men because um, we. I remember having this problem. Like I did identify as like a nice guy, and I was like, I don't want to be a nice guy. Well, I want to be a person of kindness, but I don't want to be walked over, right? And to heal that is through having enough self love to not tolerate bullshit like that, and that means I'm not going to make myself feel sinful and guilty all the time. If I make a mistake, it's an error to be corrected. What the course teaches us, it's a perception to be corrected, right? Because when we make ourselves feel guilty in this way, like, oh, I'm such a bitch, I should have stood up for myself. You're making it real. You're making it real in your body. And that's why I implore you guys to just look at it as an error to be corrected. Right now, I see like, I had self love deficiency. In that moment, I had my freeze response. I understand it now. Before, I didn't even have the words, right? The language to say, I didn't call it what it was. Because from the outside, they're like, oh, you're just being a little bitch. Obviously, that's not helpful language, right? All right.